Hello everyone, Michelle here from the Creative Cove. Thanks for joining me today. Today I thought we'd finish up a couple of little journals here that I've started. So I have this cover done, and I want to put in some bits and bobs here. I'm going to put in the signatures. So I like to just tie my signatures in. Almost all my journals are tied in, and that's because one, I don't like sewing much, and two, I wanted to make it so that I can take these signatures in and out to work on, to decorate, or to add or subtract pages. So what I do is I basically just put grommets at the top, 2 of them, and then I feed, depending where you want to tie the knot, to the inside or the outside of the book. But I just like to do different loops at different times. So this time I think I'm going to do the tie at the bottom on the outside of the journal. So make sure I got the actual bottom here. Yeah. So I'm just going to flip this over and thread it through, and I'll show you in a second what I mean. I probably made this too long. So this is the inside of the journal. And this is an elastic style lace. And this is the outside of the journal. So now I'm just going to give that some tension. And tie a knot. Then maybe I'll just tie a bow and cut the excess off. So this is going to sit at the bottom of the book. And then I can take my signatures here with just some random papers and feed it through. And what's nice is you can take these out and work on them, decorate them, write in them, whatever you want to do. Just feed it in. And then if you're like me and you make things too bulky, and you get that gator mouth type journal, you can just take some out. You just take some pages out, add them to a different journal. So there's nothing permanent about this, which I really love. I got commitment issues. All right, I'm just gonna feed this guy in here. And then we have it. There's our little journal. So now we can decorate it, put some fun stuff in there. So I've got a few, actually. I've got this guy that also needs doing. Maybe we'll do that right now too and just get her done. Okay, let's try that. So I have some signatures ready for this one as well. So let's repeat it. I'm gonna put the 2 holes. I just do my best visually lining them up. You can of course measure it. I want to go right into the spine, and you want to go relatively close to the bottom to make sure that your pages will fit lengthwise. So this will be a bit tight, so the elastic will go around. So you might want to trim these a little shorter. You just want to make sure that your paper fits within these 2 holes. So you don't want anything longer past the holes. So these ones might be a little bit tight. We'll see. So I'm just going to put these in, and I like these little garments because they're, I think that's what they're called, because they're nice reinforcement. So when you're rough on your books like I am, opening and closing and pulling pages in and out, oops, I did that upside down, they will stop the book from tearing, which is really nice. So your book lasts a long time. I like to create a lot of journal covers too, which is why I'm working on trying to finish up some of these books, because I tend to start journals and not finish them. So little journal covers everywhere. I have, ooh, that's a mess. Let's try that again. Get that away. Journal covers everywhere. And it's time to actually make some journals. Actually finish some. Got a black one. Let's see what the black one. There we go. Oops. So we'll add some goodies into here and maybe make some goodies. So it's kind of like a little craft along with me today, which I've been doing a lot of because I really feel like I need to get going on those. Okay, so this one also has a flip out that I created. I used cards. I'll try and remember to link the video of these journals. I use these big playing cards. These are what the journal's made out of. So I basically just taped one to here and made a flip out addition to this journal and already have some fun stuff in there. So little pockets here. So now we'll put the signatures in. And let me get some string. No, it's too short. Oh, got another piece. Here's one. So this is like an elastic cording. I'm not sure this will be long enough. Yeah, we'll try it. All right. So where do I want my cord to end up? Matters where you start to feed it. So I'm going to start at the bottom and pull it through. And I'm basically just feeding it through these grommets. And I think this time I'll tie it in the middle. So I'm going to feed this end through and then pull. Give it a good snug pull without tearing your book, of course. And then I'll do a knot. And now I can feed my signatures in. So these signatures are a bit thinner. Maybe I'll add one of these little things we did the other day. This one I think flips open. We'll add that in there like that. So throw that in. And like I said, they're going to be tight because the papers are a little long, but it is an elastic, so it's pretty forgiving. But it will, I wouldn't normally cut these a little shorter because this will eventually tear over time. But for demonstration purposes today, we'll just leave it as is. And then it's great. Like I said, you can pull these out and play with the pages, draw on them, color on them, write notes in them, and then shove them back in, and you can put them back in any sequence you like. So there we go with that one. And then these strands you can add beads to or clips or whatever you want to do. Okay, so that one's now got its signatures in, which makes me happy. We've got this one. This one has its signatures in. This one has a tie on it. So maybe we'll decorate this. And of course, this one we did the other day, we built, which also has one single signature put in. So let's play decorating some of these things. I think we'll do this one. Let's do this one. So if you're an avid junk journaler, you tend to have a collection of like misfit type leftover bits and bobs, ephemera that maybe you've made. I have a bucket here with little things. So we'll pull some stuff out and let's decorate some. So the first couple of pages I usually leave pretty blank. And then I will add a little something to one. So let's add this. Now I left this glue with the lid off. That's probably going to be very angry at me and not very cooperative. I left it all night with the lid off. It's still working. It just gets thick and gunky. It's expensive glue, so you really don't want to leave it unattended. So this was just the clusters that I did, and I just threw some stitches in. And what I did when I make these, it's because I have stuff on my desk left over, and I'm too lazy to sort all of the stuff into my sorted bins. So then I just start gluing things together and saves me sorting them and putting them away. Well, that's just paper. Here's some sketches. These are pretty. This is kind of nice here on the transparent paper. So maybe we'll just also put some things in temporarily. Let me just see if I can reach my fancy little then what are these called? Paper clips, I guess. A little paper clip in there so that we can glue this down wherever we want later. Something like that. That one's got one already. So what else? I've got these stickers that I made. They're just labels that I bought from the thrift shop. And then I inked them and stamped on them and then added a little something to them so that I could just stick them in when I want to. This is the funnest part probably, is making these cute little additions by adding your own sketches. So I highly recommend you do your own little artwork. It's a lot of fun to include this sort of stuff that is yours. You've sketched it. So here's a little, I just folded it and then I wrapped some washi tape around it. And that's the glue that holds it together. And now maybe I'll just stick that in here. Stick that down. So it's nice to use up your ephemera that you've created. Some days you don't feel like making a full journal. You want to just build cute little things that you can add to your journal and build up your ephemera database and have all kinds of goodies ready to go in. And then you get a day like today where you finally get your butt in gear and actually finish a project. And put that in there. And what I love about these journals is how you can just add any additional thing at the last minute. So let's say this is a little bit plain. I'm going to add a little something. I also left this ink open all night, so we'll see if there's any juice left in it. I got distracted. Just a little something. Still can write on it. All right, what else have I got here? Got this guy. Kind of have a look through, see what other goodies I have. Something a little bit of color. Kind of cute. So maybe we'll just glue down the edge here and make it more like a tuck spot. And for now, while that's drying, we'll just add one of these little doohickeys. If I can get it to work. It might not work over the fabric. There we go, just to hold it in place for a second. And then I have these little bits of paper that are decorative. Again, something left over on my desk from working on a journal, and I'm too lazy to sort it and put it away. But it's kind of nice to have them ready to go. And then I just wrapped it in a little lacy ribbon. And then that can go into one of your tuck spots. So you can have a whole bunch of these ready to go as well. And then it's also nice if you're giving the journal away or selling them or whatever, that people have bits and pieces that they can add additional stuff to. That's pretty. I'll leave that on its own. I'm just kind of feeling my way through everything I've got here. So these are some sketches. Here's a little watercolor sketch. Maybe I'll just leave that page. Do I want to add something to write on here? So you can write a little note. Let's do that. I like to make sure I have journaling space in my journals. I think that's important to have. I just want to make sure I'm in frame. I never actually checked. Am I in frame? Hope so. And it just has a little spot to write in. And then this is sewn together here, right? No, I think I just glued it on. I just glued this spare piece on. Okay, so that's there. The vellum's really pretty to draw on. Maybe we'll do a quick drawing on here just for a little Little surprise in the book. It's nice to add your own little touches like this. And what's nice is, you know, if you screw up and you don't love your drawing, well, you just pull the page out. So it's kind of cute how it's transparent on the other side. So we'll leave that blank. Put a little something in here. What are these? Here's a nice varnished flower. So this is a pressed flower out of my garden, and then I just varnished it to the paper just for something a little rustic, which is kind of nice because you can tear this all up. Add a little extra something in there. And we'll just glue it right in the middle as opposed to completely down. If I can get my glue to cooperate. There we go. So instead of going right to the edge, I'm just going to glue in the middle. So the edges might get even more damaged, which is kind of fun. Okay, just leave that one there. Here's part of that insert we added. Some nice little watercolor paper. Let's see what else we've got. Maybe another sticker. This one I did different colors. I'll put that underneath the tracing paper. What else? Here's some more varnished flowers. Wish I could find my stapler. I don't know where I put it. It's buried under all this stuff. But I like to use staplers as well to, oh, that's my dog snoring. She's a snorer, that one. And a dreamer. She's 6 months old, so she's still a baby. But she's under my feet right now, snoring her face off. It's kind of funny. I like that, just like that. So this, again, is just dried flowers and then a coat of varnish, a type of furniture varnish on top. And I like it because it generally leaves things pretty flexible. There's a little snapping there going from the stalk, but it's not peeling off. And it's great because then you don't have to put like a plastic coating on top. So it's just another way of using up your pretty pressed flowers. Millie, you're snoring. You're snoring your face off, silly goose. Okay, so there. We could do something fun, like build a pocket maybe. Something like this. Try and do it straight. Straight has never been my forte. Just put some glue along here. Put that down. And then you can tuck some additional papers in there. Oh, maybe another sticker. These are pretty. So these are stickers as well. So they're just used up, what's the word I'm looking for? Labels. So secondhand labels. And then I just decorate them all at once. Okay, cute. I love it. So here's the center of another one. Maybe one of these sketches. Just include it in. Don't even glue it. Kind of cute. Here's a little fold out. Put a little texture in here. And if you have a nice collection of stamps, it's nice to add stamps throughout your journal as well. I don't have any out on my table right now. I'm covered in all kinds of stuff I've been using. So I have no additional space. So here's a cute little hidden paperclip tab. I have a video on these as well. Use those. Could put a little tag in it. Sketches. I love the black and white sketches. I find them very eye-catching. I like to add them in my journals. Just a little something, something, you know? Now again, you can add these in a little envelope and stick them in the journal, in the envelope, so that if you're giving it away, people can add these wherever they want. They can glue them in and as they are using the journal. See how easy these stickers are to use? It's so fun. Just boom, done. And should we do something on this side? Maybe add a little card, create a little envelope here. That's a bit thin, that paper, actually. I don't know if it would hold up for very long. Let's just cut a piece here. And this is what I like to do too sometimes. That's why I decided to turn the camera on and just show you how I go about filling some of my journals. Just kind of having fun using up the stuff that we've made. Let's hold that for a second. Okay, I'll leave that. Let it dry. Here's a piece, so we need a tag for that. Are any tags handy? Oh, I got these stuff too. Here's some watercolor paintings we've done. Gotta have a tag. Here's a tag. Tag we did. Washi tape. Throw that in there. This needs covering. So we'll do that with a full sheet. Here's a full sheet of digital paper here. So you could take this out and, you know, really decorate the book. But I'm getting a little lazy and I'm just going to throw it in here. Try and line her up and then go around the scissors and cut it off. Just want to cover that card. So now I'll just go around with my scissors if I can, maybe pull it out a little bit. Make sure it's glued right down too on those edges. So just gonna make sure it's all glued down. This is a bit not glued down. Make sure I got it all. So it's not peeling up. And then we'll ink it. Where's my ink? There we go. Because that is awfully white. And where's my little brush thing? Grunge it up a little to match the rest of the journal. This is one of my, I think I have this on a digital available, but this is a sketch I did on my Procreate program of some bees. Just found this, so let's throw that in. I'll put in that. What else on the other side? Little ducks. This has got a little feather on it. Put that right there. And then maybe add a watercolor. So we did these little watercolor thumbnails together in another video. They're really nice to add in. And things like this. Cute. These little tuck spots here. Tuck these in. I like to use one of these as well. Maybe tuck that in there. And there we go. So we filled it enough that it's ready to play with. And of course you can just keep adding and adding as you go. But you can see how it starts to get fat. And what's nice is you can remove a few of these pages if it gets too bulky. But I love a meaty journal. So my biggest challenge when I journal is trying to find closures. Something that is interesting and kind of unique. So that's something I need to work on next. Learning how to make closures for these guys. So maybe let's put a few things in this guy or this one. Let's do this one because I really like him. And I've started to add a few things. Some sketches there, some watercolor paint. Another sketch. I think we did a video on these two things, this and the bird. And that's just stuck in with tape. You know, nothing super duper fancy, just some stamping. I've got this here. It's kind of pretty. With some sketching on it. So it's a bit wide. I think it's too wide for the journal, but it could go possibly this way. Maybe not. Well, it could go this way. Just need a strong enough piece of paper to hold it. Can't go into too weak a paper. Something like that. That's pretty. Let's do that. Just want to use up all this ephemera I've built up by filling these journals up. Sometimes I accumulate too much of one thing and I find it stresses me out and I've got to figure out a way to use it up. Just going to push on that for a second. All right. I love this paper. It's my favorite paper. Okay, so that, a couple of empty pages. Need a little something on this guy. What should we put? This one. It's pretty. Yep, that one can go in there. Throw that on there. Again, this was just scraps. I had scraps sitting on my desk, kind of like over here, and I would just start gluing them together and then run them through the sewing machine and then throw them in my stash to use in journals later. I need my stamps. That's what I should get out, is my stamps. Get some more clusters. Another cluster, and this one's just plain, which is kind of nice because then you can draw something on it. So I'm going to throw that in there. This one's got fabric on it. Don't know if I did a video with the fabric ones. So this is fabric here with writing on it. It's pretty cool. Let's throw that down. And then just grab your pen and doodle on it. Or a pencil. What have I got? Pencil. So you're just gonna fill in up the journal as you go. Little, you know, this is something that if you're giving it to somebody can do. But I find it has a nice little touch to it when you got these cute little personal sketches in there. This is pretty. Use this somewhere. Let's put it right there. Cute. Okay, those were, can't remember what they're called. They grow by the ditch at my place here, and I dried them last year. What else have I got to use? This is a belly band. Show what that's doing in there. So this is a nice spot to put some additional papers in to decorate. A couple blank pages for writing and drawing. This one already has some. Oh, we put that in, didn't we? Put that in. Do something here. Here's some specimen. I just cut them out of digital paper and then glued them to some scrap watercolor paper, so they're pretty rigid. And we'll just throw those in so somebody can add them to their journal. And what else have we got? Got some, let's try some more watercolor. And put that in the corner there, and then it can be a nice little tuck spot. What a mess. What a mess this glue is. It's my own fault. Distraction. Let's put that there. Let that dry for a second. And a little sketch. So some days I just spend my days sketching away, where I collect little things like this, for example, where I started the project, but I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with it. So then I just add it to my ephemera box, and then it's ready to use when I want. It's too pretty to hide. And this is a pressed, I almost forget the name of these, pressed, not hydrangea, what's it called? I always forget the name. They're pink, they're red, they're white. Geranium. Hello, brain function. Yeah, pressed geranium. So this was a pink one or a red, I believe, and it dried and pressed this really rich, beautiful purple. And again, it's just got the varnish over top, which protects it, right? Like you can be really rough with it, and the plant is protected. So if you're doing this technique, I do have a video on that. I probably won't remember to link anything I'm talking about, but if you search my my playlist, you'll find this technique in it, and I do it on labels. So a bunch of these sort of things, and then they're just ready to use. I don't have any left. I've used them all up, so I'll have to make some more. But that is really fun to make. All right, just about done here. I think you guys get the point. I think these are so cute. We'll leave the rest. It's got enough in there. And there we go. So that one's done. Are they ever done? All right, so that's today's video. Just something simple, maybe give you some ideas on how to build ephemera, like how to add it, how to maybe do a little sketching, use up all your goodies, use up all your projects you've been playing with and working on, all your little mini digital prints you might have kicking around. Like this is really pretty. And just glue them in. It's the funnest part, I think, of journaling is the ephemera. Building the journals isn't my favorite. I used to love it. Like I said, I used to do really elaborate lap books, but now I just like the less complex projects and just really having fun with paper. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more. And go ahead and throw some ideas down if you want to see anything drawn or any kind of sorting or whatever you might think you want to see out of my channel. I'd appreciate it. Okay, everyone, take care. Bye.